Hi and hello watch fans, and welcome to another edition of the Real Time Show with me, your friendly neighbourhood watchmaker Rob Nuds, the belated but very friendly jeweller from Amsterdam, Alan Ben Joseph, and today we're joined by Christopher from Pragma Watches, who's recently featured on the show for a full-length episode, so welcome back again so soon. It's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you very much.
I am sitting here now in our glass igloo outside Villa Sarasan for the Time to Watches event with two examples of Pragma's debut release in front of me. One in full gold, and this one is full steel?
Absolutely, yes.
It is a stunning case construction with an incredible attention paid to the detail of the finishes. The transitions between the brushed and the polished surfaces are unlike basically anything you've ever seen before, thanks to the multi-component construction of the case. And don't even get me started on the movement, but let's just have a quick recap of what we're talking about and why. Chris, could you give us a rundown of the brand for anyone that hasn't encountered Pragma before?
Yes, of course, with pleasure. So we are young brand, just 1 year old. And so with my partner, Kai, we create Pragma. So he's a designer, I'm the watchmaker. And so we when we started the brand, we want to not only do watches, but only put all the value we share into it. So the important value we want to put it's fully traceability and transparency in our process to really be open in what we're doing. The second, it's really the 100% Swiss made. It's really important for us. And the last one, when we can achieve the same quality, we try to use also sustainable material. So here in this first collection, we use recycled steel. So we call it the solar steel because it's refurbished steel using the solar
furnace
energy.
A solar furnace?
Solar, we refurbish in a furnace using the solar sun ray. And the titanium also is 100% recycled. So that was the start of it. And after, yes, of course, everything is about the design. And I really want to create this amazing case. So everything look like it is in the same level, but the type of finishing between the polish and the brush really reveal all the detail on the watch.
For me personally, as someone that spends a lot of their time designing cases and thinking about different ways that we can improve the quality of the product at the end of the day, this multi-component construction is a joy to see. It really is the perfect execution of a very complex concept. How many pieces go into building this case? So
five big parts. So the middle part, so the carrier we say in French, and the bezel and the back. And so in between we have two pieces we call the intermediary bezel that allowed us to have this difference between polish, circle, and satin, giving this unique look and design.
Talk to us about the dial layout, because for a lot of people this will be something they've never seen before.
Yeah. It's also the same. We like hands, dies, and classic shape of case. But what we want to do is really put all this secondary information, let's say the second and the date, in a more hidden way inside the dial. We need to push forward the hour and the minute to have this really good visibility of the time, and also to have this let's say playful and funny way to read the second. So we, instead of using hands, we use the disc, a disc second and a disc date. So also the date. So basically the window of the date is turning around in 1 month into the dial. So give us this really a fun way to showcase the date.
I'm just speechless. I'm looking at it and it looks like nothing else. I mean, I've got the black dial version with the rose gold case. What rose gold is it? 5?
So yeah, it's rose gold 5N, yes.
Yeah.
And so for the metal precious, we use a slightly different finishing on the dial. So we're using a sun brush, so to differentiate a bit of the current collection in steel. Or we have more matte finishing on the dial. So even in the future, we're trying to do also platinum or white gold, so we can also see the difference also only on looking at the dial, what kind of material we use.
And what's the future going to be like in the, let's say, the very medium term, are we going to see more models coming in, or are we going to see variations on this? Because, of course, with the case construction as it is, you don't just need to mix finishes, you can mix materials.
So yeah, mixing materials will be the first step to I think play with two tones or also color, but the indication of the date or the second is also unlimited, because we can imagine having a power reserve or GMT. So it's really a platform to start building a full collection using this principle. And yeah, like I said before, let's say that the creativity is the funnest part of the job, and we really enjoy doing that. So it's more, it's not about the idea, it's how we can make it step by step to use all the idea we want.
What about the dials? I mean, we've seen a bit of a trend going on with hardstone dials recently. Any chance you'll experiment with materials a little less standard?
We didn't think about that for the moment, but everything once again is possible. MNL, different kind of terminaison or finishing, and also when also stone or yeah.
So how long have you been planning Pragma? How many years has it been in the making?
So Pragma started in my head. It was the beginning of COVID. And then so when I was thinking, okay, I want to redo a brand, because it was long time I want to do that again. And so I say I really need to build a team surrounding me. So I'm not a designer. So first was to finding a designer, and so when I met Kai, it was perfect, because he was looking for a watchmaker. So we speak about what kind of watch he's looking to do, and me. So we really have a great feeling. So take time to engage, to create all the value that we want to put in the watch. And I think the real process start, I think, in end of 22, really. Go step by step into it, find new partners, and designing the watch. Yes.
How has it been for you to be at Time to Watches?
Really good, because let's say you work like in your garage for so many times, of course at the office or workshop, but now we have people, we explain what we do, we see the interest, the big eyes opening when they understand a bit of what we're doing. So it's really cool to engage with people, and also with retailers. So we're just enjoying here. We sleep not that much, but I think we are all in the same situation. So yeah, it's really great.
Is your main goal here to meet distributors, retailers, press, and or consumers, or all of the above?
Yeah, for now, first year, all are good for us. Press is good to put a bit of brand awareness for us. Retailer also is good. Direct consumer, where everybody is most welcome to come and discover the brand. So yeah.
Talk to me about the movement, because you're the watchmaker.
Yeah,
so this
of course.
Gorgeous movement, edge to edge, sapphire display back on the case back. Are these black polished screws that we're seeing here?
Yes, so I come from high watchmaking, working for François Paul or Laurent Ferrier. We don't want to put into the watch this level of finishing. Using the high watchmaking code, anglage, so the finishing, the sun brush, also Côte de Genève, black polish on some components, also for the rotor using titanium, and also platinum for the heavy segment. So I want to use that, let's say, classic interpretation of the high watchmaking, but still put in the design and the touch we want. So we really want that the back and the front have this the same language, and everything has to be consistent in the product, from the hands that's following the shape of the index, or the buckle that's following the finishing of the case. So that's really what we want to put into the product. For the die, also using gold index. It's also the high watchmaking standard. So I would like to play with this kind of tradition.
May I ask, the applied indices on the dial, are they slightly convex?
They are flat and polished on the top and slightly brush on the side, and full with super luminova at the base.
Oh.
So it's highlight on the night with the light blue. But of course here we are in the sun igloo, so might be not possible to see that. But yeah, you can go under the table.
I'm currently under the table, and I can confirm you can see these light blue indices under my UV torch. That's incredible. I didn't see that. I'm going to stay under the table. Alan, carry on.
So, Rob, I love titanium watches, architectural design, modern, contemporary, tone on tonal, ton sur ton. I love gold watches, but usually for these kind of type of watches, I go for the more tool-esque vibe. But Rob, the titanium is spectacular.
Yeah.
The gold is something else.
Yeah, it works
The
supremely well.
play between polished and matte, you accent the fact that the case is built up from separate parts is brilliant. Congratulations.
So
And damn you, because now I need to save up more money.
Yeah, what's the
No.
price for these ones, Chris?
So for the gold, it's 48.8. So we've just present that. The 1st of April, and yeah, I'm happy because the two of our first collector called me and say we want to cancel the order in steel and take the gold one. So I was okay with that, of course. So I personally also was thinking to buy myself a steel one, but perhaps I will also change my mind and take the gold. But no, I really like the coming. With all this year working with high watchmaking, gold has this magical touch. So that's why I chose the wedding ring in rose gold. So I was also thinking for the future watch I will have. So it's waiting here on my wrist too.
Nice.
So you are a shareholder already. And I believe that if you buy a gold watch, you get shares.
Yeah, so for the first edition, the co-founder edition, so it's the same case, but the dial is also in gold finishing. So this one, when you acquire it, come with 1% of equity of the company, and that was a big help for us to founding the money to build the brand. So we still have 5 left on this product, and it was really great to meet people that believe in our project and want to join the community and the family. So we are really grateful for that.
I've got a couple of requests for material combinations going forward, if you don't mind. So I'd like to see titanium and yellow gold. Blasted titanium would be cool in some capacity. I know you've got brushing all over the place on these ones, which may not work with those beautiful sharp edges. But what about tantalum and white gold, maybe? Is that on the cards?
Oh, wow. Yeah, basically, I went to the partner to build the case, so Butilan and Kata, and so I saw some piece in tantalum, and at the time also doing the chrono bleu, so it's definitely on the map. So yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to leave it there with that potential scoop from Chris. Thank you very much for giving us
Thank
some.
you to you once again.
Really appreciate you stopping by, and I'm looking forward to round 3 already. Have a good fair.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Every so often, a brand comes along and it grabs your attention in a way you wish every new release would. And that way is that it feels familiar as well as being fresh. It feels like you know it already. It feels like it's been around for a while. I see Pragma and I see a watch that I think, I've wanted that watch for years, except it hasn't existed for years. And maybe that's something to be said for taking your time, as Christopher did, in bringing this project to life, like really thinking out what the market hasn't seen so much of, and then delivering that in this multi-component, ultra high-end, well-finished case, serene dial layout, and then just pushing all your chips into the middle and having a go. What do you think of it, Alan?
So we had him on the show before we've ever seen a watch. And I've said this often. I hoped it wasn't good, but by God, it's very difficult to shut me up or keep me quiet. But I think you saw me sitting there in our glass igloo, and I was quiet and distracted, and I was distracted both by the steel version of my wrist, and I was actually oogling you because you were rocking the gold one. And what a stunning watch. And not only talking about aesthetics, then when you study the case and look at technicality, how it's made and designed and well made, and then turning it around, looking at the caliber, I'm in love. And I want to give a shout out to our dear friend Jeremy Oster, my fellow colleague retailer, who's actually had a spontaneous impromptu in our glass igloo, and we recorded in a segment episode. He picked up Pragma, so I salute him and I congratulate him, and both Chris as well.
Yeah, it's a special watch, a special series of watches, should I say. I can't really decide which one I like the most. I think the gold one really does speak to me, but I regrettably won't be able to stretch to buying one of those. My favorite dial is definitely the purple dial, the fluorite purple dial, and I just can't get over how the case goes together. I know it's, in some ways, this is a thing. Like, it's kind of basic. It's like obvious. Like, you can break a case into as many parts as you want and finish them however you feel they should be finished. But how do you do it without it looking too contrived or too busy or too Heath Robinson? Like, how do you make it feel deliberate, to feel strong and still like structured? Because I think that's something that people are concerned with. When a case is multi component, then you think, well, there's more bits that can drop off. And is that really good design, or are you cheating somehow? And these are just thoughts that go through my mind whenever I've designed cases that require you to have like a second sort of sheath component that's attached by a screw that is then hidden by the case back and blah, blah, blah. You always have to chase your tail around a design, I find, to make it feel like one thing despite being many things. And I think that Pragma does that really well. I think that what I'm looking at here, it does feel like one thing, even though the lines and the joins are extremely obvious, and that's part of its character and part of its design. It's just not as easy to do as you might think. When you try breaking up a case, it can sometimes just look like bits held together by like maybe the bezel and not very robustly held together. This is the opposite. This is extremely well done. Do you have a favorite model in the lineup?
I do love gold watches, and in this, I wouldn't call it tool-esque. It's definitely not tool-esque. It's very contemporary. It's very much of a cutting-edge design vibe. I would automatically opt for the steel one. Titanium. I'm not confused. But what I loved about the gold one, not only that they played with the satin and polished effects, and you see how the case is built up, because it works very well. And although it could seem like a block of gold on your wrist, it's very elegant. The big upside is if you are able to buy the gold one and it's still available, you get a percentage of the company. So that obviously skews me to opt for a gold one. Would I have the spare funds to pick up a Pragma watch right now?
I can't wait to see their second model. Honestly, this is the thing that gets me when you see a brand like this when they come out with something like really new. It's like, have you got a plan? And I'm sure they have got a plan. But I mean, I really want to know what the plan is. It's like when Sebastian debuted Albason, and I was like, okay, this is something, but where are you going to go from here? And then he showed me and shut me up. So I'm hoping Christopher shuts me up as well, because I'd like to see how you follow a model like this to create a very consistent brand environment that adheres to the design principles that were deployed on the initial debut model without retreading your steps. Thoughts?
Not so much thoughts. I am, like you, very much interested in chapter 2. I am not worried at all that is going to be crazy like Sebastian with Albason that you're referring to. These guys have vision and they think light years ahead. I do want to give a shout out to Christopher's, co-founder and industrial designer, Kai Husuan Liu. I'm following him on LinkedIn, or we're connected on LinkedIn, and I actually follow his posts. It's very interesting. He goes into depth about the philosophy of the design of brand. These guys go deep. I mean, the pedigree that's there. I mean, you've heard Christopher's background and his CV and where he has worked. Kai is very good. I think he's a hidden gem. His name is spelled Kai, new word Hsuan, new word Liu. Go find him on LinkedIn. You'll be surprised.
And we'll make sure to get the guys back on for their next release so we can pour over their genius once again. Stay tuned for that. We'll see you next time.